I'd like to show you one of the apps that I found during our course. It's called Hopscotch. And I'd like to show you the basics of how the program works. So from the Me tab on the bottom of the screen, you're going to select New Project. And you're going to select Blank Project. And we're going to select a character. It's the first thing you need to do. There are many characters that you can choose from, and some of them are locked. That's part of the teacher's version, school version, excuse me. And we're going to select a character. We're going to just drag it off. And as you start moving it around the screen, you'll notice that it has X and Y coordinates. The first thing we need to do is add a rule. So you tap on the plus. Now we're going to determine when the code is going to run. So we have three choices: when the play button is tapped, when the character is tapped, or when the iPad is tapped. And all we have to do is choose one of those and drag it to the area where it says drag a block in here, right next to the when area. And just so you know, if you tap more, there are more there. So we're going to select the first one. The play button is tapped, and we're going to drag it right next to when, and we're going to plop it right in there. So then after we do that, other expressions open up. So you have My Abilities, Movement, Drawing, Appearance, Values, and Flow Control. So we're going to start with My Abilities. And we're going to select one of the pre-designed expressions. And I'm going to select Draw a Triangle. And then I'm going to select the green play button. Just tap it, and we're going to watch it play. Now, we can change that up. So we're going to select Edit so I can show you how this works. So on Draw a Triangle, on the right hand side of that expression, there's a pencil. If you tap on the pencil, it'll open up the code. And it tells you exactly what code was needed in order to draw a triangle. So we can take that code now and just modify it. So I'm going to change the color of that trail color. So I'm going to remove the random color. Just going to pull it right off. And now, intuitively, it's going to look for a new color. So I'm going to choose the color red. And I am going to tap the check box. And then I'm also going to change the width because I thought that was a very thin line. So it was 3, so now I'm going to make it 30. I'm going to make it much wider. And I'm going to tap the check mark. And this time we're just going to preview it. So underneath the character, on the left-hand side of the screen, it says the text show preview. We're going to tap on that, and a preview pane will come up. And then we're going to select or tap on the play button, and it will show you what it's going to look like. And that looks pretty good. Now we can make a smaller triangle by changing the move forward. So instead of it being 300, we're going to make it half that, 150. Again, check mark. Let's preview it. And this time let's play it so you see what it looks like. So that's how that works. Now, a couple other things I wanted to show you. Let's X out of this character's code that's here right now by selecting X. Right, we can add a new rule, or we can add new characters. To add a new character, you hit the plus next to the play. New characters will come up. You just select one of those characters. You can also select text, and you can type in some words. So I'm going to write this, whoops, is my first project. Done. You can move this where you want it to be. The other thing you can do is the plus button and the text button, use emoticons to get images in there. So you can select any of these images and use these in your programs. Now let's take this image. Now let's add a rule to it because it's awfully small. So we're going to do the same thing. The play button is tapped. We're going to drag it next to the when, but this time we're going to want appearance and we'll want it to grow. And we're going to want it to grow significantly larger. So let's say it by 100%. The check marks. Let's see a preview now. Play. Now let's make it a little larger. Let's make it grow by 300. Much better. So let's play it now and see what happens. Interesting. One other thing I wanted to show you because I was trying to figure this out and I thought it would help somebody else. I wanted to know how to change the background. So in order to change the color of the background, you have to use a character to do this. So let's add a new character. Let's add a rule. And this time we want to add, again, when the play button is tapped, this time we want to use the drawing tool and we want to leave a trail. Now, we want to change the color of the background, so let's change it to pink. And we want it to fit the width of the screen. So let's do, I think I did 1,000 and it worked. And we want to move it forward, say about 1,000. Let's see what happens. So that works. But it's gonna, if you play it, it's gonna take a while. Everything else is happening at the same time and we really don't want that. So let's edit this up a little. Let's first close this. Dismiss that. And let's move her all the way over here. And let's take that rule and let's change that up again. So now we want to add movement to it. We want it to happen at a set of speed. So we want this to happen really fast so it's like a blink of an eye. So let's make it really fast. Now I want to show you that you can move these pieces of code around and you can also delete them like we did earlier. Let's move it to the top and let's try it now. See what happens. So it's faster. One last thing you can do. So we're going to make it a little faster. I forget. I did look this up. I think there is the largest number possible and I forget what it is. That might work. And this character, let's make her invisible so we don't even see it happening. It didn't quite work, but that's the gist. So I just kind of wanted to give you a little hands-on experience of how this program works. I gotta tell you, I really like it. I like it almost as much as I like Scratch. I find it pretty intuitive to work with. Um, so hopefully everybody will have a chance to take a look at it and play with it, and hopefully people will like it. Thanks.